Hi everyone, I'm Delle. Welcome to the channel. Welcome if you're new and welcome if you're returning. It's good to have you back. Thank you so much to those of you guys who have liked and subscribed recently. It's greatly appreciated and your support means so much. If you haven't, please do consider doing that and being part of this community that's evolving. It's really appreciated and it's wonderful to see it and to hear from you guys as well. So thank you for commenting and liking, and yeah, let's get into the reading. So right before I started to film for this one, it was like I just kept yawning and yawning and yawning. And it is nighttime. I am filming at nighttime, but it's not that late where I would be yawning. So, and as I'm bringing this message through, it's that I heard depleted, like, so there's a depletion or some feeling of feeling depleted, that as I'm delivering the message, it's lifting from me. So I feel like you could be just feeling exhausted lately, or I'm seeing like schedule conflict, scheduling turmoil, or something like that, where maybe you have overextended yourself for this month, or you have over planned for the month. And Spirit's saying like you can actually go ahead and go back through the calendar and see if there's things that can be rearranged or skipped, or something. Like there's a couple things that maybe you don't have to do. I don't know when this will come out, but the 13th is coming through, so it's like whenever it's finding you. Maybe it's for the month ahead that you're planning for, if February 13th has already passed, because when I'm filming this now, it's in the month of February. I don't like to say dates. I've said this before on the channel, but it's just sometimes when I think dates come up in a reading, we're holding, that date accountable for an outcome or a resolution or something to produce or happen on that date. And when we become hyper fixated on it, we might miss our intuitive cues to participate in like the lead up of events that would produce something on that date, if that makes any sense. So I like to just, whenever I get a date, okay, that's nice, throw it away. If it happens, it happens. It's not the end all be all. It's just a reference, and it's a variable. So things are always changing, and I do feel like the channeled readings and messages, they find you when they're supposed to find you. They find you when they're meant to, and you can always tap into your intuition and have this knowing for yourself. Oh, is this right for me, this message, or is this message not right for me at this time? So that's why it's always important to leave it up to your own discernment and your own intuition. So yeah, I feel like I'm hearing like it can be canceled. Something can be canceled. So if you are thinking like, no, I said yes to all of these things, I just feel like there's something that, it could even be like a donation or a bake sale or something that you volunteered for, and it's not going to ruin anything if you decide to just cancel it or hold back. I'm hearing it's coming through that way, with like, hold back your energy from it, take back your energy from the thing. So yeah, I feel like I'm getting like bake sale or something like that, and I'm seeing a pie. So I know that won't resonate for everyone, but that's what's coming through. The next message Spirit's bringing through is something is what you make of it. So if something sounds like it's going to be a terrible time, it most likely will be a terrible time. But if something sounds like, oh, well, maybe I could have a good time here, so-and-so's going to be here, or oh, it's on a day of the week that I can actually go, or I've been looking forward to this, or something like that, then it will be a good time. So there's something important about the lead up to a certain event for one of you guys watching or listening, that it can make all the difference by just taking matters of enjoyment into your own hands, if that makes sense. So you'll have a much better time if I'm seeing someone like take the reins of the experience, if you take the reins back. It's giving me Chariot energy, like from the tarot, Chariot, where the driver has the reins, and they're just reminding themselves they're in full control. It's like full steam ahead. I have some clearing coming through with that. I'm hearing Closer to the Heart by Rush, that song. That's a really good song. That in itself is a message, so I'll just leave that for who I feel like it's confirmation for somebody, or like there was like you were hoping to hear or receive a sign from a loved one who has crossed over. They're giving that sign to you by bringing it forward in the song Closer to the Heart by Rush. I will link that in the Spotify playlist. For that one, I will put the YouTube link to it, so that way you can just click and listen to that song right away if you want to hear it. I don't always do that unless Spirit directs me, like when I'm doing the editing and uploading and all that. Spirit will be like, put that one in the YouTube link, like put the YouTube version of that so they can hear it better. So if there's ever a song that I mention and you don't have Spotify and you want to hear it, just please drop me a comment. It's no bother to me to go ahead and link that song for you. Okay, let's get into some oracle messages. I feel like that's all for the channeled portion, for the mediumship portion. Oh, I hear that. Closer to the heart. It is a really good song. Cards are coming out in like groups, so I'm trying to see if I can just get one more to come out. Thank you. And then I'm going to pick up the ones that fell on the floor, so 1 second. There's more than I thought, so I'm just seeing if all of them were coming. Okay. Our first message is communication is key, new moon in Gemini. Speak clearly, not loudly, when you want to be heard, or when what you want to say wants to be heard. So sometimes we think, oh, if I want my voice to reach a larger audience, or if I want someone to really get my point, we might be inclined to just drill our point all the way home, or we might be inclined to raise our voice, or to speak more sternly, or to spell it out, where we're almost insulting the other person by breaking it down, like I'm hearing, it's like you're like insinuating that the other person is stupid, but I don't think that's your intention at all. But it's just like sometimes when we try to break it down, because what's obvious for us actually isn't for somebody else. So it's coming through that, like sometimes it's just, you can literally call in spirit. I'm hearing you don't have to do all the work yourself. You can call in spirit. You can call in, I'm hearing ground yourself. So take a deep cleansing breath all the way to your bottom of your feet, and do that as many times as you need to till you're calm and centered at your core, meaning you're not calm enough to get you by, but you're actually calm, and you know that you are calm. Sometimes we think like, all right, let me get calm, but really it's let me get calm enough. And Spirit saying no, like really just get calm. If it takes you an hour to do this, fine. If it takes you a couple days to do it, fine. But just letting the person know that I really need to talk to you about it. Can we set up a time later to talk about this? And I'm just seeing like calling the divine in and asking, what's the most loving way and respectful way that I can come and show up in front of this person, so that way I can convey my point of view and have it be received in the way that I'm meaning it to be received. How can I commute? That was interesting. I meant to say communicate, but it's commute. But it really is, I guess when we do communicate, we are commuting our point to the other person. There's something about it being lost in translation where it's like whisper down the lane kind of thing, or I'm actually seeing like how one person has the cup with the string and the other person has the cup, and it's like it's not reaching the other person, you know what I mean? It's like the lines are down, I just heard. So I'm hearing it big time. It will help you a lot to call on your spirit team, the divine God, whoever feels comfortable or most comfortable for you, to who you talk to, and just say like, I'm really trying to reach this person. Can you please show me how? Always come at it from a good intention. a good space, and that person is way more likely to receive the message and understand it. And I'm seeing there's conflict resolution available when you come at it or when you approach each other that way. So the main thing Spirit's reviewing is like, number one, first and foremost, calm. Be calm. And if it takes you a while to get there, it's worth it. Just to be calm, to take a break. If at all you're having a conversation and it becomes overwhelming, you can pause at any point in the conversation. You can always pause the song and then come back to it, so that way you can enjoy it. You ever listen to literally a song and you're like jamming to it, but I don't know, like the door rings or something, or you have to get up and go away from the music. It's like part of you is still trying to register that song, trying to listen to it, trying to enjoy it. But now your attention's over here and you have to deal with the door and you miss it, that kind of a thing. So I'm seeing it translate like where you could have just hit pause, gotten up, dealt with, whatever was going on at the door, and then come back and resume. Same thing, it's like if you are finding you're becoming emotional or overwhelmed or frustrated even at any point during a conversation that you want to go well, you can always say, look, I'm sorry, could we pause this, or could we press pause on this and then resume it, tomorrow? Or how's your Sunday look? Can we talk on Sunday? I'm feeling like I want to sit with this, or I just need some space. Or you don't even have to have an explanation. Just say, let's press pause on this. I would love to resume this. How's Sunday? Does that work for you? Can we talk about it then? And it just helps give you the space to get into a calmer environment, a calmer atmosphere within yourself, so that way you are able to show up and communicate. Okay. I'm seeing in this instance, the other person is seeing that as a sign of respect for yourself, which they in turn respect you more for, because you're honoring and showing up for yourself. And it allows you to honor and show up in the conversation with respect. So it's like that energy is being felt. Okay. We have these three I'm being guided to read all together. So a personal issue reaches resolution, a win-win outcome is forecast, and hold your vision. So if this is a conversation or you're working out something with another person and you want it to go well, Spirit's saying there's definitely a win-win outcome on the horizon for you with this full moon and Libra card. I get you can also call on Archangel Ariel. I'm feeling Archangel Ariel around you if it feels right for you to do that. But I feel like it's like something that you want, which is why hold your vision is here. In some cases, it could actually be like there's a legal matter involved. This would all fit. It makes a lot of sense with a legal matter. With a personal issue reaches resolution, and that's the full moon in Cancer. But it's the way you are communicating. It's the way that you are, I'm hearing communicate and present at the same time. So it's the way you are presenting yourself is also the way that you are communicating. All right. I'm getting to take a different approach to something. So again, if you've always tried to, I heard wheeling and dealing. So if you've always tried to wheel and deal your way out or through a circumstance, getting that this actually requires you to take a different approach, so it can feel like a little unnerving because it's outside of your comfort zone. I was going to say comfortability. I don't even know if that's a word. Some clearing with that, excuse me. It's like you're involving your heart too, where before it was maybe you always used to think with logic, like, use your logical mind to problem solve. But this time it's like you're being guided from the heart, to go connect with the heart and then act. And it produces more favorable results, a more favorable outcome. But with Hold Your Vision, I'm just getting visualization is such an important, powerful tool. Some more clearing with that, excuse me. There is clarity, and there's also, I just see like clearing away any stuck old limiting beliefs that you have about yourself. That's coming through as well. So if there's a story that you're telling yourself or a story that you're sharing through your actions, sometimes we don't realize, like when we say certain things or when we act a certain way, we're actually communicating something entirely different than we are meaning to, because I get that there's somebody around you who's perceiving you way more than you're used to, and you're not really sure what to do about that either. It's bringing about a lot of positive change though, like in the world and the way that you are showing up. The best example I can give that Spirit's kind of bringing through is like somebody who is saying, okay, I'll just say it because this is what it's coming up to communicate. So I used to know somebody who used to say very nonchalantly and in front of their significant partner that men are trash. And it really bothered me. It really upset me every time this person used to say that, especially because their partner, their spouse, was a man. And this person would say this so nonchalantly, like as if it was truth. And it used to upset me because one, I don't believe that doesn't align with my values. I don't believe anybody is trash. And especially not a gender. I don't understand why that's a perpetuated thing, but I don't believe in it, so it's whatever. But what I actually was hearing every time she said that was that it felt like she was waving this huge blaring red flag that she had unresolved trauma from something, and that's why men were classified as trash. And it bothered me because what she was actually communicating was that she was still really hurting and in a lot of pain about this. So what she was actually, she thought she was communicating this nonchalant, whatever, like dismissive thing, even cracking a joke with it multiple times. I actually saw like somebody in pain, so it hurt me to witness this, because I don't want to see anybody in pain, who does. And yeah, so for that story to come through, I did, just full transparency, I did feel a little uncomfortable talking about that, but I could feel Spirit just guiding me to share that, because I never want to, it just it made me sad, you know what I mean? It made me feel sad. And ultimately, like, again, for what I just said, it revealed something else, instead of what she was actually trying to communicate or attempt to communicate or joke with a group of people. So what I'm getting here, how it translates for the message here with you guys, is that I think there may be a way that you are talking, or a way that you're used to talking or communicating to have your point come across. And really what Spirit's saying is that is like louder isn't always better, because it's actually communicating the exact opposite of what you were trying to say. So you want to be heard, you want to be expressed, you want to have your feelings known. Again, coming back to center, being calm and coming at it from the heart space, coming at it from a space of love, first for yourself, and then, outward for the other person. Even if you're like, I don't love them, I really believe there's this innate, unconditional aspect of love for everybody. I think it's just, I don't know, it just feels like there's just this divine presence of love always. And like the air we breathe, there's just something about coming at it from a space of love, and then choosing to really feel into, okay, how does this truth want to be communicated? How does it want to be expressed? Is that it for that message? No, there's one more. There's a time, a place, and a reason, I just heard. So it could be too that maybe there's something about the timing of bringing this up that I'm hearing it's fallen on deaf ears because of and they're showing me because of the time that you are choosing, or the time that was chosen to have this discussion. And if it could just be postponed to a later date, I'm hearing when you both are calm. So there's a reason for this. I'm not seeing it, and I feel like intuitively you might, I'm getting that in hindsight you'll understand why it was better to wait to have this conversation. I don't feel like it's happened, but it's coming up, and I feel like there's just a better time to have this conversation so you both can be heard, especially you, so you can be heard. I feel like when you do that, when you visualize like the best possible scenario, how this turns out, and you really visualize that, it's like that's where the win-win outcome is available. Okay. Saying that was the message. So I'm gonna go on to the last card. Yeah, and then we have a time for healing with the balsamic moon. This is a beautiful card to end on. So I feel like once this resolution is acquired, there's healing, there's space for healing on both sides. And I'm hearing that song by Joni Mitchell. I've looked at love from both sides now, and still somehow. How's it go? It's clouds, illusions I recall. I really don't know clouds at all. But the main lyric that's coming through, it's like, all right, I looked at love from both sides now. So I feel a ton of peace around this closing message. I feel like there's also a gift in there that because you waited, you actually gifted yourself the space of truly being heard, not forced your way through a conversation to be heard. It's like you allowed the path to be revealed to you instead of forging the path. Sometimes there's a place and a time and a place for forging. But this one I'm getting, it's just like patience, and then the path is revealed, the path is opened up for you and available to you. So, okay, that's all I have for you tonight. I hope that reading helped. I hope that you are heard. I do feel like you will be. And I hope that you give yourself the chance to be heard. You take this opportunity to be heard. There's a beautiful, beautiful becoming, it feels like, that wants to emerge and be explored and be developed, as a result of this. So, okay, take it easy, stay well, and until next time.